Footwork is the most important and least trained part of basketball. Yes, your handle is important. Yes, your balance is important. Everything's important. But your feet are what take you everywhere. So if you're not able to control your feet in different situations, in different ways, then you're going to be at a disadvantage. So in this video, we're going to go over some of the most commonly used footwork in basketball that you have to master if you want to be any good. The first is going to be a skip. So there's different ways to change directions. This is just one of them, all right? So the first one we're gonna do is a skip between and a skip behind. So a skip is basically your feet landing at the same time as the ball. So both feet come up and they just turn. So if I'm doing a skip between, I'm gonna go dribble between. So you see how both feet land at the same time. So if I'm doing it kind of consecutively, it'll look like this. You see, I'm kind of hopping with my feet at the same time as the ball. And if I'm going behind, it's the same thing here. Dribble behind, all right? And I can do that constantly. It's just a mode of changing direction. So this is one of the most commonly used footworks in basketball. A better name for it would actually be inside foot skip. Inside foot is the opposite foot of the hand dribbling. So my right hand dribbling, my left foot is the inside foot. I'm timing up that dribble so it's at the same time, and then I'm gonna jump off that foot and land at the same time. So it's skip off that inside foot, land. Another way you'll see it is on shots. People will take a dribble, again, inside foot, and then hop into a shot. So just that hop and skip type of footwork is found everywhere. Whether you're changing directions off the dribble, whether you're hopping into a shot, whether you're hopping around the rim to stop, it's found everywhere. Second is a 1-2 stop. So this is, again, just a form of either changing directions or stopping. So the difference between this and the hop is that your feet don't leave the ground. So you're gonna go 1-2, all right? So I'm not hopping there. A hop would be a hop, right? So a 1-2 stop is found everywhere, you know, on snatches, on pull-ups, on a stop around the rim, all right? So a snatch would be like this. Watch the footwork, right? It's 1-2, all right? Same footwork there. If I'm pulling up, I'm gonna go 1-2 and then pull up. It's the same footwork. I can even do the same exact footwork two different ways, but it's the same footwork. So it's gonna be snatch, pull up, but it's the same footwork there, right? So again, the same footwork, but in different scenarios. I can get around the rim and I can go 1-2 and then step through or do whatever I gotta do. All right, so again, different footwork is just like an ingredient. You get to choose when to use it, but you gotta have it in your bag, and then you can use it in different ways. Third is gonna be a drop. It's basically where you split your feet. So if the ball's in my right hand and I wanna go to my right, the most explosive way, and one of the most commonly used pieces of footwork, is a drop. So I go like this, and I'd split my feet. Now my opposite foot is the one that goes back, and then I could push off that foot and go. Now, to get a little bit detailed here, this back foot should be the one hitting the ground first, because it's gonna project you forward. If you land same time like that, I don't have any kind of emphasis forward. If I go left, right, that's gonna kind of push me forward, especially when you start to get into things like crossovers. If I go left, right, and then cross, again, you're gonna find it everywhere. Like a hezzy pull, you go left, right, and then pull up. Again, you could find this everywhere, right? If I'm floating into a cross, it's gonna be here, 1-2, there's my drop, right? If I'm going from a float, I can go here. Now I'm going the other way, so my left hand, right, left, and then I just go. Now, another variation of this footwork is what I call a switch. So a lot of times what you'll see on snatches is that front foot is actually supposed to be my back foot, right? Because if my left hand is holding the ball, my right foot, the opposite foot, should be my back foot. So what people will do if they're trying to go this way is they're just gonna switch their feet. So I just went here, and they're gonna go 1-2. All right, and that's a form of a drop as well. So again, I can go out of that, I can get here, and I can just go, or I can even cross out of it, but it's still a drop, right? Switch, and then cross. I could do a bunch of things out of it, but that piece of footwork particularly is one of the most commonly used pieces of footwork that you need to have in your bag. I cannot emphasize this enough. Next is a dig. So a dig is basically where your front foot gets pushed back, or sometimes it's slid back to just get underneath you. So if I'm overextended basically means my foot is no longer underneath my hip. That's where I'm most explosive. Here is where I'm most explosive. So a dig is basically if I find myself, and you will find yourself overextended sometimes with the foot out in front of your hip, a dig is just getting that foot underneath so you can push this way. Right, so it's found everywhere. For example, if I'm going between and now I wanna go this way, I just wanna get this foot back underneath me and then push. This is something you'll see Luka do a lot. When he's going between, he looks a little bit more unique when he does it, right? Because he goes between, dig, between, dig, between, dig. and it's constant. If I'm just standing here, a lot of times people do it on delayed tweens. People will go between, and right now you're not in a very explosive position because again, you're delaying it, so you're trying to kind of look relaxed. But in order to go, people will go and then go. So that little dig is what's going to create it. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video. Again, this is just about footwork. I can go on and on about, triple threat footwork, jabs, pump fakes, tons of stuff that I didn't go over in this video because it would be an hour or 2 hours long. But this is just some of the essential pieces of footwork that you need if you want to be a great basketball player. Follow me on the rest of my socials if you want more content about how to train as a basketball player and how to continue to elevate your game.